assume that's a yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new episode of Flesh Wound Farce. And now you can actually see us. My name is Ozzy V, the world's first and only combination trivia host and professional wrestling announcer. See what happens? The screen turns black, messes me all up. I'm going to start this over. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Flesh Wound Farce, where we review and discuss your and our favorite films. This is the world's first and only combination trivia host and professional wrestling announcer of Chilean descent that currently resides in Southern California, Ozzy V. And also with me, as always, on this program, first in the Northern California Bay Area, world-famous juggler, Greg Larson. How you doing, Greg?
Pretty good. Life's been good in the VR world, and got to chat with Brian O'Halloran today. So it's been a fantastic day. How about yourself, Ozzy?
I'm fine.
Yeah,
I'm waiting. Is there a Brian Dante joke coming? I wasn't sure.
Like he was on a Geeky Jerseys live stream today, so I got to have a chat. So it was fun. I didn't make any comments about I know you're a doppelganger or anything, but he did call his facial hair of Van Dyke versus a goatee, so I gained a little bit more respect for him as well.
Interesting. Interesting.
Very
also
good,
with us, ladies and gentlemen, Fleshroom producer Todd.
Good evening.
Wow, Todd's upset. You know how many times I've asked, and also with his Fleshroom producer Todd. How you doing, Todd? You know how many times he said chillin'? I think
you didn't say how you doing, Todd, to be fair. You just said Fleshroom producer Todd, and he said good evening. There was no
he didn't even let me ask.
Oh, yeah.
He's really upset. He wants us to hurry this up. All right, so we'll get this started. Ladies and gentlemen, we are reviewing and discussing today Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, is this National Lampoon's? Because Vegas Vacation wasn't National Lampoon's. This is officially National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure. It doesn't feel like National Lampoon's, with the runtime of 83 minutes, released on December 20th, 2003 as a made-for-TV movie with a TV rating of TV-14. Todd, do you have a trailer or clips or something that can give a taste of what we are reviewing and discussing? Well, I mean, this was voted on.
It's a brain surgeon.
So,
what's your dad do?
He works in nuclear research.
Oh.
Brace yourself. This is the long
nuclear
one.
Scientist?
Well, not exactly.
this is a full-on clip from the movie. Okay, all right.
Audrey! Hi, Merry Christmas. This is Paige. Paige, this is my cousin Audrey Griswold. She's my girlfriend.
Eddie! Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
This is funny.
And did I wish you a Merry Christmas?
Yes, you did. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. Raise your arms, please.
I'm gonna kill myself. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I came here to die. Now can I come in and die sitting down?
Fried. Anything fried is good.
Eel? That's a pineapple.
Is this going to show clips of the entire movie? Like, best moments from Christmas Vacation 2.
Yeah.
We're looking at.
That's it.
This was the better of the trailer.
Yes, this is we've just seen the entire movie. Yep.
It's Eddie!
All right,
It's like an old school trailer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the trailer for Christmas. Are we not ending it? What kind of producer are you? I mean, I'm trying to end this already. You're trying to show the rest of the movie. What's the point of even watching the movie? We're watching everything. Thank you. That was a trailer of Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure.
Which has a runtime of
83 minutes. 83 minutes. What you saw was about 3 of those minutes This was written by Marty Simmons, directed by Nick Mark, starring Randy Quaid and Miriam Flynn. Also introducing as Cousin Eddie's son, third Johnson being Jake Thomas. Also some cameos from Fred Willard and Eric Idle as well. Something I find very funny here. I mean, initial thoughts on this, we'll get back to this, but initial thoughts, I didn't even know this movie existed until Todd said that it's available to be voted on by Patreon. So I didn't even have the opportunity to see a poster or see a picture and think, oh God, I have to watch this. So that I wish I had that time.
Did you say the full title?
I said Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure.
The full title.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure.
There you go.
I don't think dubbing this National Lampoon's is very nice.
Well, this is the movie that they say killed it. This is the Superman 4.
Oh, National Lampoon's.
Yeah.
Ouch. Well, I will say, here's the interesting thing about the vacation movies. The original Vacation, European Vacation, and Christmas Vacation were all written by John Hughes, because Clark Griswold was based on his own experience, like what he saw his dad do as a kid. And this was written by Marty Simmons. So it has a complete watered down generic taste to it. It is a made for TV movie. However, here's the interesting thing I wanted to bring up. Marty Simmons is the writer, and we saw a deleted scene where Jake Thomas, third Johnson, introduces Paige as his girlfriend. Paige, played by Kate Simmons. Think about that. And the reason we're like, well, that's just coincidence. Simmons is a common name. Okay, sure. But if I pull up the IMDb page, who gets first billing? Kate Simmons, with not even a picture. This is before Randy Quaid, before Fred Willard, before Eric Idle. Give me a break. Before Ed Asner. I mean, what are we doing here? And I will say, I did appreciate the one saving grace from this film was seeing the original Audrey, which we'll get into a discussion.
This is the only one that tries to keep the entire series continuity.
You can tell because they mentioned that they that they closed on the dirt farm however many times. Like, I get it. They lost the farm. We remember.
And you have all the stripper references for Vegas Vacation.
Right.
You have Eric Idle popping up again from European.
What I did appreciate in terms of continuity was still seeing Eddie wearing those white shoes. Whenever he would dress up, the white shoes that he first gave to Clark, he wears them in Christmas. He wears them in this one. That's what, excuse me. That's one thing I did appreciate seeing. So I'm sorry. I kind of took a bunch of time to go over initial thoughts. However, Greg, I cede the floor.
We also took a bunch of time to watch the trailer, so why not? But yeah, I'm in the same boat with you on hadn't heard of this film. Wish I still hadn't. But I mean, I was happy to see Ed Asner. And then also having Randy Quaid play himself was always interesting. But yeah,
that's not fair. We don't know if that's him. He just plays that character.
No, that's late Randy Quaid.
Yeah,
oh, is it? Okay, I'm not
Randy
too.
Quaid. Yeah.
Check out his time in Canada.
No, thank you.
That's yeah. No. There's definitely a reason why I wore this Christmas tree jersey today because it was much needed to try to get through this. But because I think it's just I'm trying to forget. But I was in for the ride of it, and that's about as much as I'm glad it wasn't even 90 minutes. That's
Todd.
All right. So is this initial thoughts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd seen this once or twice before, never with any positive results. This time I went in knowing I was watching a bad movie, a bad TV movie. And something about it this time, it's like that era of like early 2000. This is its 20th anniversary. That he just had crappy like straight to video movies and stuff like this.
It's like a Twilight right before streaming took off.
Yes, and there's a slew of them where they just took name properties and tried to just do it. Some of them are good, some of them are this, but I just like opened up and like I'm just gonna watch Eddie be Eddie, and it was a lot more enjoyable this time. Not good, a lot more enjoyable. And I did laugh more this time, especially in our well, we'll talk about that later.
There were actually a few lines that did actually make me chuckle, laugh out loud, despite how rough the time was. So we can just jump into that. Granted, most of them were front loaded, but I have two. Two of them made me laugh pretty good because I didn't expect them. First was, no kid of mine is going to be out on their own on Christmas until they're 13. That made me laugh pretty good. I also got another one, but I'll save it just in case you guys have it because there's a very limited amount of favorites okay. In this film.
Yeah.
So, Greg?
Man.
Yeah.
It's hard to choose.
Yeah.
So many.
When Third, there's a moment where Third's like watching Lee Seung-hee
right.
in this pond bathing, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of awkward, but teenager, okay, I get it. He's got his thing going on. But then when he looks over and sees Ed Asner being a creep during that moment, that awkwardness, I was like, okay, you've kind of redeemed yourself in this moment to make it a good bit.
Right.
So, yeah, that definitely appreciated that moment.
And Todd.
The landing sequence, I really had a good time with this time. Just because I know it's bad though, and I like bad. Just the line, you can't land on the tarmac. This is a seaplane. I was just like, what am I watching? and then when it seems no one else is gonna say it, so I'm just gonna do it. So when he's like, oh, just loosen up and relax, and he starts taking off all of his stuff, and he's just wearing his turtleneck dickie at the end when he's trying to land the plane. Just the visual, got me. So there we go.
There is one more I wanted to bring attention to because when it happened, I was like, that's pretty funny. It's when they're in the airport, and first there's one security. He's like, did anybody lose a bowling ball? Right? Okay, random, whatever. But then right before they cut to the next scene, walks right through, says, did anybody lose this? And it's a prosthetic leg. Yeah. And the very next scene you see is the plane with somebody hopping on one leg. That got me pretty good because that has nothing to do with the rest of the movie, but that was a great bit. Because hey, we're gonna be in an airport, right? Let's put this joke in. It totally worked. Loved it. What I did not love though was this movie as a whole. Getting into the ratings of it. I mean, as mentioned, this was a straight TV movie released on December 20th, 2003. I'm guessing probably like on TBS or TNT. And it had a rating of TV 14. I'm not sure why. Maybe because use of alcohol, I guess, or not because nothing.
It was 2003. It was a
2003 TV 14. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? There are very few good things to say about this. I believe this was chosen by our Patreon fan base because they wanted to.
Well, no.
Oh, wait. Okay. Go ahead.
Technically, we had a tie. We
did have a tie. That. No, we're saving that for the end. So that way it's a goodbye and a hello to something much better. So in terms of a rating, I did appreciate seeing Dana Barron as an Audrey. So something kind of felt there. And she really tried very hard in trying to deliver her comedic bits. And you saw that she enjoyed it. Still not enough to save the movie.
I wonder how much she hates Anthony Michael Hall.
For those that don't know, played her brother Rusty in the original Vacation film and European Vacation. Actually, no.
Jason
that's actually
Lively is the second one.
Oh, it was not.
The comment comes from the fact that because he chose not to come back, I believe Weird Science.
That's what it was.
And they were like, well, we're not. We can just have different kids, and that became the gimmick, different kids every time.
See, but here's the funny thing is that like when I first saw European Vacation, I think they tried to find somebody who
They're
could
similar.
right. And they even have the same first name.
Well,
That
no, because it was Jason Lively was the second
no, no,
one.
no, no. I'm talking about Audrey.
Oh, okay.
So for Vacation, it was Dana Barron, who shows
Right.
credits for National Lampoon's Vacation. European Vacation, Audrey Griswold is played by Dana Hill.
That's right. Yes.
Another Dana. I thought that's kind of weird for the same
R.I.P.
character. Right. But anyway, back to this film and circling back to the rating. While I did appreciate seeing some things, it was a really, really, really rough time. However, there were a couple of times where I did chuckle to myself. There's some gags that did make me laugh, so I feel comfortable giving this a 1.5.
I mean, that's fair.
Go for it, Greg.
Although I do have to say the fact that one of your critiques in your rating is, well, this person tried. Like
That's why it's the 0.5. I wanted to give credit to her for raising this from a 1 to a 1.5.
You know what? I appreciate that. And I think that you've raised my score a little bit with that rationale. But it's rough, man. Like, joke's not great. Ed Asner, even, I mean, if you've got him and you're not getting some bangers of moments, like you did it wrong.
Right.
But yeah, I'm giving it a 1.
Todd?
I kind of knew I'd be the highest, but it's still not good. I'm a 2.
Got it.
I got a little more enjoyment out of this time. I may have been enhanced too, so that did probably help the
I
last
see.
half.
I think something that if you come in prepared with, yeah, it's almost like watching a high school project because there's moments in the movie when things will be set up and you don't need a punchline. Like you just see it and you could appreciate it and laugh. And then somebody, like multiple times in the movie, somebody delivers the obvious punchline. And it's like, well, now it just kills it. Now it's not funny anymore. You just ruined it. You explained the joke, is what it felt like. That happened. There was just something I also wanted to mention when it came to this. If you were curious about this film, wanted to catch it on streaming, unfortunately, we're not going to find it anywhere. As of December 15th, according to justwatch.com, this film is only available for purchase or rental wherever you purchase or rent your favorite digital content. Unfortunately, not available for streaming. Or maybe fortunately, depending on your perspective. I would say fortunately.
I think it's great. This is definitely, even though with my rating, I would say buy this movie. Because then afterwards you can burn it and not get charged. And I think that you'll make the world a better place.
How are you going to burn it off, dude? I got to burn my phone, my TV.
A DVD, but yeah.
You know what's funny? I was looking up something. I think I wanted to check the rating like on it. So I looked it up on my Vudu. I was like, holy, what? I own this?
That's hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like I pulled out the DVD for nothing.
Right. Okay. Now, I mean, I kind of ignored the obvious as we're recording on December 15th. This episode will be airing on December 25th. So I don't mean to make a generalized comment. So I'll say happy winter solstice. Whatever you do for this winter solstice, enjoy it. And I hope everything's all well. I hope you enjoy this episode. Greg and Todd, do you have anything you want to say about the holidays?
Merry Christmas. Ooh, I'm in trouble.
Here I am giving a long-winded response. Happy winter solstice with whatever you... Merry Christmas, come after me.
Yeah, I hope everyone's enjoying their holiday season for sure. Thank you, anyone who's been tuning in and enjoys. We really appreciate each and every one of you. And I do want to say that we've got some stuff coming up that this movie, in a way, ties in to our next movie, which I'll let you say.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm getting to that shortly.
Yeah. But the fact that there are 3 Johnsons in this movie, there are also 3 Johnsons in our next movie. So
very nice. Very nice. Okay. Todd, Anything? You're just good with the Merry Christmas?
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Okay, all right. And
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, if you're in winter break and happen to be in the Orange County area, I'll still be hosting trivia this week. Obviously not on Mondays for the Christmas holiday or the New Year's holiday. However, I will be hosting on Tuesday at the brewery in Placentia at 7 o'clock, Wednesday in Los Alamitos at Griffin's Grove beginning at 7:30, and at the Honey Pot Meadery in Anaheim also beginning at 7:30. That'll be for this week and next week if you'd like to check that out. Always free to play and prizes for the top winning teams. So now that we've wrapped up this review, get it, Christmas wrapping paper. I would like to deliver the so fortunate news that the Patreon gods have smiled upon me, and this far-fetched dream that I thought was going to remain a dream when Todd mentioned about us potentially reviewing the film we're going to review next week. He says, I will leave it on the vote, and if the people deem it so, then it will be deemed so. And I am pleased to announce that next week we will be reviewing and discussing 1988 Christmas classic, Die Hard.
Classic.
Yes,
Die Hard.
Christmas classic, Die Hard. Yes.
We'll have this discussion next week. I should also say, the Patreons didn't give you it. We tied. I made the call.
We
tied.
We tied, so that's why we have this film that we reviewed and discussed this week, and next week
the Christmas movie on Christmas.
So
it really feels
thank
like
you to Santa Todd. That's
there
really
you should.
I was about to say,
can't even do it. Can't even do it.
Thank you, Santa Todd, for not.
Can't wait to see those special chosen ones who make it in our chat next week. We'll see what team they are.
Okay, well, I can't wait. Neither should you be able to wait. So you should tune in next week for a brand new episode. That is world famous juggler Greg Larson and Flesh Wound producer Todd. And I'm Ozzy V, and we'll see you next week right here on a brand new Die Hard episode of Flesh Wound Farce.